Ladies and gentlemen, I have a little bit of a conundrum. The first one is that you're not clicking that subscribe button. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Morgan Freeman trying to escape the IRS. And SpongeBob SquarePants. However, despite the fact that you may be questioning, he can just find a pineapple at your local Walmart, a pineapple is a house. Or is it? You see, what we're going to ponder today is the fact of the matter that SpongeBob can afford a house on his income of about 7 cents an hour. Mr. Krabs is a crustaceous cheapskate that doesn't like to pay his employees a reasonable wage. We know this because Squidward complained about it one time when he went on strike. You guys remember?
Krusty Krab is unfair! Mr. Krabs is in there! Standing at the concession! Plotting his oppression!
My question today: how in God's name are Squidward and SpongeBob, a fast food employee and a cashier, able to afford an entire house with the marketing crisis happening? Marketing crisis? Housing crisis? Whatever it's called. I don't know anything about the economy, to be quite fair with you. I'm just guessing here. My first working theory was that they were probably in a different time period. Probably around the time when Walt Disney was alive. So, you know, rent was about $25 for about a 5-story house. That was my guessing point. But as we see, they have advanced Atlantean technology, and in things of that capacity, they have a working restaurant and cars. We probably can't have that going. So here goes my second theory. If you work at the Krusty Krab, you immediately get a house. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Mr. Krabs knows that his employees must have a house, so he gives them a house. But that theory doesn't even work that well, because in the very first episode of SpongeBob, he already had the pineapple house.
One of my favorite creatures, SpongeBob SquarePants. Yes, of course he lives in a pineapple, you silly.
So that doesn't work. So it can't be cheap rent. It can't be the fact that the Krusty Krab has a great health care. The Krusty Krab is probably the most profitable restaurant in the entirety of all of Bikini Bottom. What could it possibly be? Ladies and gentlemen, I finally found the answer. Universal base income. You see, something I tend to forget about SpongeBob is that the fact that they have a King Neptune and all of his iterations. This is King Neptune. Look at him. He's so perfect. This is King Neptune, but bald. Isn't he amazing? And this is also King Neptune, who is a completely different iteration. So I imagine that there's other hierarchies and other royalties going through, and each King Neptune is getting replaced out, although there's an entire line of King Neptunes. That's my entire thought process so far. However, I have one issue with this entire theory. That means that the economy in SpongeBob is so good that everybody gets a house regardless of who they are. That means the homeless epidemic doesn't exist. I don't think I've ever seen a single homeless person. Wait a minute, Squidward was homeless. No, wait, maybe you have to work a job in order to get universal basic income. Wait a second, we got this guy, don't we? Yeah, Patrick Star kind of throws that out the entire world. Wait, maybe you gotta register as a citizen, because Sandy Cheeks has an entire glass dome. She basically has a mansion. Maybe she does something in that capacity? Wait a second. Okay, now I'm really stressed. How does SpongeBob afford his house? Wait, I figured it out. SpongeBob is a prevalent ice cream alcoholic, as seen here. So because he's a prevalent ice cream alcoholic, that means, oh my god, he's a gambling addict. SpongeBob's a gambling addict, but he's really good because people love him. They call him a kid, but they don't know underground that he's actually, oh my god, he's making millions. He's able to afford working at a cheap dead-end place as a cover-up to hide his house. Nobody questions him because he's so jolly-natured. This is amazing. No, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I'm just speculating. That doesn't make any sense. SpongeBob sold his soul to Davy Jones, aka the devil, in order to have a house. No, wait, the first time you met Davy Jones, he already had a house. No, that doesn't work at all, does it? SpongeBob is immortal, and he's taking out a crazy amount of bank loans in order to pay for his house, his lavish lifestyle, the fact that he owns Gary. As a matter of fact, the banks in SpongeBob are probably the big tycoons, and Mr. Krabs probably owns all the banks because he loves money so deeply. So he owns the souls of everybody in Bikini Bottom. That's why they keep trying to get the Krusty Krab, and that's why they want the Krabby Patty so deeply. That's why Plankton is actually the good guy. He's trying to stop Mr. Krabs from being so greedy, and that's why I think that Sheldon Plankton is actually the greatest character in all of SpongeBob. Oh wait, I'm stupid. He could have just inherited the house from his parents. He probably just inherited the house from his parents. Why did I make a whole video about this? That makes the most sense to me. Wow, I've really been racking my brain about this all day. Okay, never mind. Bye. Wait! If you want to hear me go on crazy rants like this even more so, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I literally post whatever I feel like. Please be around for that.